Welcome to the Habits of Health Power Half Hour, where we go through Dr. A's Habits of Health one section at a time so that you can create a powerful knowledge base that will equip you for your journey into optimal health and lifelong well-being. My name is Cassondra Reagan, and I am an independent Optavia coach. Today, we are wrapping up section 2.3 of the Habits of Health. This section has been all about Dr. Anderson's weight loss strategy called the Optimal Weight 5-in-1 Plan, which utilizes fuelings in a whole food meal to make weight loss as simple and thoughtless as possible while simultaneously turning off your insulin pump with low glycemic, nutritionally dense selections. Now, in the next section, we will examine Dr. A's healthy eating system, which is strictly whole foods while still focusing on the same strategies we've been learning, namely portion control and low glycemic foods. Or said in another way, we will focus on both quantity and quality. In the process of breaking down this fueling system, we've discussed why fuelings are a powerful tool for weight loss and how they work to regulate insulin levels. We've also laid out the eating schedule for the 5-in-1 plan, focusing on how important timing is for keeping your insulin levels balanced. And finally, we broke down the components of that one whole food meal that you prepare for yourself, which includes the protein selection, the healthy fats, the low glycemic vegetables, and the snack and optional condiments. So what's left for us to discuss? In this wrap up, I want to summarize the habits you'll need for this system, give you a checklist that you can use to prepare yourself to begin your weight loss journey, and briefly touch on how long you'll be in phase 1 before transitioning to phase 2. But first, here are some secrets to success that Dr. A gives us on page 214. Eat a fueling every 3 hours. Never skip meals, even if you aren't hungry. It's paramount to fuel as scheduled. In fact, your weight loss may slow if you don't. Get some extra rest. In your first 3 days on plan, as your body burns through your glycogen stores and switches on its fat-burning mechanism and prepares itself to use its fat stores, you may feel a little or a lot fatigued. Water. Water plays a key role in supporting health, especially during weight loss, because it removes toxins, and it's essential to your kidney's ability to filter and eliminate metabolic byproducts, waste, and toxins. If you don't drink enough water, your body is forced to recycle dirty water, diminishing the efficiency of every metabolic function. When you hear the word metabolic, my friends, think metabolism, your body's efficiency in using energy. In this book, Dr. A's book, it says to drink a minimum of 64 ounces a day. That's all it says. So that's all I will suggest. I do want to touch on what happens in your first 3 days on plan. The glycogen molecule, not the fat molecule, is the main source of energy your first 3 days on plan. As this molecule is broken down and the glucose is released and metabolized, carbon dioxide and water are the waste product. So not only will you be flushing your system with all the water you will be consuming and drinking, you will also be releasing the water that is being released from burning that glycogen and glucose. The result is that often you can flush out a lot of important electrolytes such as sodium, potassium, chloride, magnesium, calcium, phosphate, and bicarbonates. And in doing so, you can very easily develop electrolyte depletion, especially if you are drinking large quantities of water above and beyond that 64 ounces. So what are the symptoms of electrolyte depletion? Dizziness or lightheadedness, lethargy or fatigue, headache, cramping, irritability, diarrhea or constipation, numbness or tingling in fingers, toes, or limbs, and even nausea. The important thing to remember is also that some of these symptoms can feel very similar to low blood sugar, but you will not experience hypoglycemia on this plan if done correctly. I have found that those clients who sip on a sugar-free electrolyte drink in their first 3 to 4 days have very few detox symptoms, since most of these severe symptoms are caused by electrolyte depletion. So, what are some other secrets to success? Eat slowly. Control your environment to avoid sights and smells that remind you of food, especially in those first 3 days. Lean on your coach and other support systems. Avoid alcohol, as it causes dehydration and it actually throws you out of that fat burning state. And if you fall off the horse, just jump right back on. But remember, it takes 2 to 3 days to get back into fat burn. So, if you are ready to begin your weight loss adventure, here is a checklist for change. You must do a healthy home and work makeover, like we discussed in section 1.7. Controlling your environment will be the number one key in your success. Create a health bubble where you've eliminated all unhealthy food and influences and have brought into your pantry and food storage areas only those things that support your goals. Lay out and prepare your feelings. Take a well-being evaluation so you know your current emotional and physical reality. This is your starting point. Remember, you have to truthfully establish your starting point so you can map your way to your destination. Use your Optavia app to track your feelings, meals, and hydration. And create a structural tension chart, which, if you remember, it states your current reality and your desired outcome, and then it lists the steps you need to achieve that outcome. Journal. Journal in your life book. Journal your progress. Journal your food. Writing cements your vision and solidifies your goals. Okay, now once you're in action, here's your next checklist. Get to day 4. Everything changes on day 4. You'll enter fat burn on day 4, which is characterized by high energy and the beginning of fat loss. If you struggle with motivation, go back and review sections 1.3 to 1.5 on motivation for change. Also, focus on what you want to become, not on what you're trying to achieve. Look at a 3x5 card daily with your concrete statement on why you are doing this. Put it in front of your eyes. And after that first week, begin to increase your non-exercise activity. Focusing on daily steps is a really good place to start. Now, the question I hear from many is, how long am I going to be in phase 1? And this depends on how much weight you have to lose and how precise you are on plan. That actually contributes to how long it will take you to lose weight you care about. The good news, that's up to you, and you are powerful to make good choices. But practically, the parameters we use to measure healthy weight are threefold. Generally, guidelines that we use are a BMI, the waist circumference, and body fat percentage. So healthy BMI numbers should be less than 25. A healthy waist circumference for men is less than 37 inches, and for women is less than 31.5. And as for body fat percentage, normal for women is between 22 to 25% and 15 to 18% for men, with some age variability built in. So if you have a small amount of weight to lose, you'll transition to phase 2 rather quickly. But if you have a lot of weight to lose, you can be in phase 1 for some time. The important thing to remember is that the foundational principles you learned in phase 1 will never go away. They are from now on habits. In phase 2, which is transition, and phase 3, which is optimization or maintenance, you will still eat every 3 hours, 6 times a day. You will still eat a protein or a healthy fat with a low glycemic carb at every meal. You will still stay away from high glycemic carbs, fried and processed foods, and toxic inflammatory fats. What does change is that you add in a greater variety of foods and food groups. You increase your calorie and protein intake, and you learn how to balance a life of whole foods within your busy schedule. And where your schedule still necessitates convenience and portability, then you utilize the protein-packed, low glycemic meal replacements to supplement your nutritional needs. Remember, phase 1 is about habit automation, while phase 2 and phase 3, you begin to understand more about nutrition and how to balance it. Now, if talking about phase 2 and phase 3 overwhelms you, don't worry. It isn't until element 13 of your life book that we again discuss transition. And by then, you have automated and mastered the habits and skills you need to manage your weight for the rest of your life. Well, that's it for today, everyone. Next time, we begin section 2.4, entitled Dr. A's Healthy Eating System, a low glycemic, portion-controlled approach to support optimal health. This will be Dr. A's weight loss strategy with only whole foods and no prepackaged fillings. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends who need greater health in their life. Have a blessed week, and I'll see you next time.